Hey, what's up, everyone? First, you might hear some fireworks being shot out the window. The people around are shooting fireworks, so that is going on in the background. But I just wanted to talk about President Trump's Salute to America celebration. Now, there have been so many people have been fussing and complaining about this salute to America. Our military individuals were out there celebrating the president and celebrating this country, celebrating the flag. He brought up Betsy Ross and idiots like Colin Kaepernick saying that we need to protest the flag, and having so many people brainwashed to say that the flag is a symbol of hate and it doesn't represent what we represent anymore. What do you represent anymore, to those out there saying we don't represent the flag? If you don't like the country, then go. By all means, go. If you don't like the land you're standing on, which by all means, by the way, the people that came from those other places who are getting the benefits, getting welfare, getting medical benefits. This person told us a personal story about how all of this time, by the way, there's been a major earthquake in California. I wanted to make a video about it when it happened, but I never did get to make a video about it when it happened. I was in town, and we were in town, and I did not get to talk about it. So they're actually talking about it and having a news conference right now on the California earthquakes. I don't know if this is paused or not. Can't tell. Sorry about that. Can't tell if it's paused. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so there have been a lot of earthquakes rattling California, and there have been 29 earthquakes that have rattled Canada, the United States, and Mexico. So there have been that particular fault line around the San Andreas is going crazy right now. But I think the salute to America is a beautiful thing in and of itself. And I watched part of it. The news discriminated against it. They don't want to air it on ABC, CBS, NBC. I was looking on TV. They are not airing it. The only place that airs it is Fox News. And he gave a salute to several individuals, including Betsy Ross, who made the flag. He put it in a great way. He put her name in there, and he slipped her name in there, along with great individuals who have helped this nation. George Washington, he mentioned Abraham Lincoln, he mentioned Frederick Douglass, he mentioned Harriet Tubman, he mentioned several other people, both white and black people. And he mentioned several people throughout history who have made a big change for the rights of people. And I thought that was a great thing, a great way to end that. He had several Asian individuals and black people, white people, all kinds of people in the audience cheering for him, people of all backgrounds. No matter what your political affiliation or I don't know what your mindset is, if you don't want to host a parade to celebrate your own country on your country's Independence Day. They said it was too much like North Korea. It was too much like whatever. He had tanks. That might have been a little far. I don't know, but he had tanks, and the military was darn sure proud of it. And he did state, and we own the sky. Now that, I'm sure, will be a big, big deal in the news tomorrow. They'll say, what, we own the sky now? Okay, well, someone's got to own the moon or something like that. Someone's going to say something like that, I'm sure. But I guess he just meant that it would have been better if he said we protect the skies. But no one's perfect, obviously. But I think it was a beautiful thing to have. I felt it was very moving the way that was done. And seeing the Blue Angels fly over and the military salute to the military individuals who are protecting us every day so the people can go to the store. Excuse me. So people can go to the grocery store. so you can go to work safely, so that you can go to school safely, so that you can, sorry, I'm doing something here, I'm moving things, so I might be making a little bit of noise, but so that people can go down the road without worrying about being bombed, without being some stupid suicide bomber, or attacker, terrorist, or a shooter. Mind you, yes, it still happens. You have these rogue idiots that harm innocent people. But the thing is, without a strong military and without protection, we would not have the freedom to light fireworks, light sparklers, to go outside and, to even speak on here right now without being shut down. Now, a lot of freedom of speech is being taken away. Yes, there's a lot of freedom of speech being taken away from us. That is happening way too much. But I feel, had what is happening right now had we not had this administration, had we not seen what's going on right now happen, I think a lot more of our freedom would already be gone. Our guns would have been gone. Our personal protection would have been gone. They would have been melted away. They would have been taken. You already couldn't get ammunition hardly at all, for just 22 rifles. Parents, grandparents looking for it, whatever, you just couldn't find it. My daddy was looking for 22 shotgun bullets, and they said, we just sell out of them a lot. They would get the people that they know, and they would give them to them, but now you can find more of what you need. And we have things for protection here in America, to protect ourselves against the bad people. But here's the thing. The president was giving a speech to the military individuals. Some people booed when he gave a big shout out to the men and women, to the military individuals who were protecting this nation. People booed. I heard them booing in the audience. When you boo your own military, that without them, there were people out there in the audience booing. All the people out there texting, talking, posting negatively about the president, gamers, gaming, people driving down the road, people fussing, those well-to-do people, any of them. You would not be able to do what you're doing if it weren't for that protection. I'm just saying. Now, I know you all who follow me, you know what I'm talking about, but you see, you look around and you see all these people. There's a world of different people that just don't get it. And yes, there was a 6.4 earthquake. The electricity went out in town. They said here in Tennessee, because of a strong storm, we had more strong storms today. Over and over, yesterday and today. It's crazy. Tomorrow's the same, by the way. But the thing is, without the military protection, you wouldn't have that freedom. You would not have that freedom. But here's the thing. I don't believe in all the government control. No, I don't. They talk about the difference between capitalism and socialism. Now, there was a video where an individual, I guess it was Freedom something network, I don't know, it was on YouTube, where she said, I'm not related to Alex Jones. And she said, I don't affiliate with Alex Jones. And then she mentioned InfoWars. Alex Jones is part of InfoWars, so technically she obviously affiliates with him. She was selling the testosterone boosters. She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. And let's see. I'm trying to remember her name. She's related to InfoWars, but she was stating to this guy who considered himself a socialist. Now, he was actually very kind. Most socialists get into a huge argument. But here's the thing. Neither of them give a very good explanation of socialism or capitalism. She said, you would not be able to buy what you're buying without capitalism. That's true, but, it was founded on a good thing, but the big people, the big wigs at the top, are ruling over everyone else. The elites are ruling over everyone, and there's no freedom for most of this world, but I mean, everyone's like a slave, but yet, I mean, there's good and bad. But in the system of capitalism, it started out as a good thing, and I don't believe in socialism either, because you get a bunch of people together and it's like, oh, we all part own this, we've got to do our part. People aren't going to do their part and hold things up. It's like you're part owner, I'm part owner, and then, but we've got to take care of this. There's going to be people slacking off, not doing their part, and then it's going to collapse. It wouldn't work. And she made a mistake and said, if I traded my watch for your groceries, that would be capitalism. No, that was wrong. That would be bartering, which is what most economics started out as a long time ago, was bartering. If you wanted someone's chickens, you can trade your, cows for their chicken. You can trade eggs for this ham or chicken or turkey or whatever. Here, I really need that clothing. Well, trade me all your chickens. Or I really need that food. Well, trade me your clothes, your pelts, your skins, whatever you have. Trade it for for the food you need. That's what people used to do before a form of a monetary system with monetary value came about, to trade money for goods and services instead of actually having to trade items and barter. That's why money came about. But it turned into a system of greed, and there's always been control through it. But when they represent capitalism, represent socialism, and they talk about the different forms of it, there'll always be someone who is going to, a radical individual, and then they're going to just try to take over, and then chaos would ensue. That's what would happen in socialism if everyone had to do their part. Several people would just go crazy, and the anarchists would go crazy, and then you'd have people, anarchy, and you'd have chaos, and people would then be, radicals would take over and say, I'm going to kill you, and blah, 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 I own all this, just like in the old Western days, and it would be just like in the old Wild West days, and people would just go crazy. So, capitalism, that was bartering, not capitalism, that she mentioned. But I don't see either there's negatives in both. But someone's always got to do the work. Paving the roads, taking care of the buildings, and doing all this stuff, keeping things on track and moving. She said, that's capitalism at work. Yes, it is. But, no, I'm not a socialist. I'm not a communist. Used to, if you'd have said those words, you'd have been ostracized from this country if you'd have said you were a communist or a socialist. But they let it go now. But I think it was a beautiful thing, President Trump celebrating the military and celebrating the strength of this nation. He probably shouldn't have said we own the skies, but I mean, it's a beautiful thing to celebrate. And people like Colin Kaepernick, which shouldn't even have a say in this nation. They shouldn't even have a say of what the military does or what our nation represents, the flag. People were booing because of the flag. That the flag represents hate. What do those people want? What do they want? President Trump praised several groups of types of people. He has praised several good people of all backgrounds. He even said, we are one people. We are one. He said that. We are one people. And they still boo. And here's the thing. I know some of you who follow me don't like the president. I don't like everything about him. And yes, he's chummy with Russia and several other countries. I mean, he's a businessman. He is a business individual. A lot of sevens involved in his life, and family members named Christ. Kind of weird there, but here's the thing. I felt very moved by that speech and by this particular celebration that he did, and it's something. And I don't understand all those people pulling those shoes because it had the flag on it. The only problem that some people should have even had was, oh, we've got shoes with the flag. It's like you're stepping on the flag. That's a disrespect to this country. Before, if you put the flag down on the ground, you had to burn it, and if that was a law, and if you stepped on the flag, that was a disrespect or disgrace. You had to apologize. You had to say the pledge every morning. That was a routine in school, and now people are brainwashed to think the Pledge of Allegiance is evil, and God we trust is going to be taking off the money, they say, and you're not even supposed to say the God part, one nation under God, in the pledge, and they want to take the pledge out, and they want to take the flag out of the United States of America. They said the flag represents hate and evil. Where? Just because some people did some things in the past? Because the past, that was the past. What if we took all of what one group of people did in the past and judged them by that now? Or what if we took everything that they've done, all the crimes white people did, all the crimes that black people did, all the things, the horrible things that past Asian groups have done, that these, or all Mexicans, and said that all of them were what the past ones did, the sacrifices that they always did. What if we said, oh, they're all those kind of people, we should get rid of their heritage, their history? What if I said that, people of, the people who have, those dynasties in Asia, those ruthless dynasties, all the ones in the Middle East, what if we judged everyone by their past? If we did that, then they would all be just destroyed. Bottom line is, if you don't like America, and you don't want to, which, true story, then get out. But true story here, there was this person, and they worked in the medical department, and they need help. They go to the ER, and it is an outrageous bill even with insurance. And they go to the hospital and have a stay. Medical bills out the wazoo. Yet, a Mexican individual. I'm not saying that people shouldn't get help. I think all should get help. If Mexican individuals get help, if foreign people get help, if Indian people get help, if people of wherever your descent is, I love and respect all. But if they get help, we should get help. But we don't. Someone else is always a priority. But they went in there. They have thousands and thousands of dollars. Someone has hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, taking their child to the hospital after birth, and the birthing bill, the bill for birthing in the hospital was well over $150,000, and now they're hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt because of hospital bills. But this is a true story. Someone told us that the Mexican individuals that went in there, the hospital told them they get their care for free. If they just walk in there, they can walk in and get taken care of right away, stay in the hospital, no cost. It's all free. And I seen some right in front of me paying for they had their carts full. And they had money in their wallets. They had a black card. A black card with that only extremely people with a lot of money can get. And they paid for their food and everything on EBT, food stamps. Food stamps. You see people in front of me all the time. Foreigners, most of the time. Or poor, sometimes you see the poor white people taking advantage of it, but not all of them. And there are very few that are able to even get the help that they need, people like us. But they paid with food stamps. Full cart, full of items. Food stamps, no questions asked. Or this platinum card, these scammers, these suspicious people were in front of me, and they were just walking around distracting me, and then they paid for it with some rich card. They were trying to scan people's phones, and I didn't think about it until later, but that was suspicious, and I realized what they were doing. It's just, there's so much crap that happens, but yet regular people suffer. And then you have all these people that fuss about the military parades, a military service, a salute to America with the Blue Angels and everything. And they fuss about that, and they fuss about the flag and call the flag hate. I consider the Southern flag was always, it was like heritage, not hate. It was just that was the statement they always made. It represented how you represented it. And I didn't just when I seen it, I didn't think hate. When I seen it on the Dukes of Hazzard, I didn't think hate. But they've made it into something that's these other people, like the radicals, made it into something. The radical people made it into something it's not supposed to be, and they've used it for that, for hate. But that's not what it's supposed to represent. And all these people, what do they want? Do they just not want this country to exist? They want it to be called something else, be something else. What do they want? Please tell me what they want. They came over here, they get everything they need, they get everything given to them, they get everything they want. My parents, they had to suffer through everything. They had to, still having to. Me, I'm going to have to do what I have to do. And we all start from the bottom while everyone else is given everything. And they fuss about this country. They're here, but they fuss about it and say that they shouldn't show the flag and they shouldn't have a military parade. Please tell me why they feel that way. Anyway, moving on, but I just don't understand it. It makes no sense. It is completely insane. But anyway, peace and much love. I love you all. Signing out.